Canada have shocked the world, shocked Mexico, impressed the nation, and brought pride to all Canadians around the country. Unfortunately, falling short of that final hurdle and do lose in the semifinals 2-1 to Mexico from a Hector Herrera goal in the 99th minute, which never should have happened. But Mexico do move on to the final to play US of A, and Canada will move into the bronze medal game to play Qatar. But guys, let's start by sitting back and clapping our hands for Tajon Buchanan. I gotta start off with that. I gotta talk about this goal. Tajon Buchanan, guys. This guy is a generational talent. He is a Canadian phenomenon for me. What a player he is. For years to come, he's gonna be unbelievable, guys. One who he reminds me of, as you guys can probably see right there at Manchester United, he reminds me of Marcus Rashford. You saw Buchanan make that run edge of the back line for Mexico, on the edge of the defender's shoulders. Exactly what Rashford would do. The ball is played over top like a Pogba ball, a Stachio ball. Tajon Buchanan makes the run as Rashford would do. Buchanan picks up the ball in a great position on the left-hand side, like Marcus Rashford would do for Manchester United. Buchanan picks up the ball, looks straight at the defender, and thinks, you look at Buchanan, he's like, I only got one thing in mind. Score a goal, run at that defender. Exactly what Rashford would do. Run at the defender. Rashford goes, step over, goal, right foot. Buchanan did the exact same thing. It was beautiful to watch. My dad turns to me, he's like, he reminds me of Rashford. I'm like, yeah, he completely does to me too. Like, what he did was phenomenal. The way he scored that goal, you could see something was going to happen, and he lit up that Mexican defenders. The back line didn't know how to hold on to him. Mexico should have had more yellow cards for me. It was abysmal from the ref, and Buchanan and Larrea were all over the back line with speed and pace. Even when Corpiano came on, they couldn't hold on to our three forwards with our pace, and it's phenomenal to see what those three had. Tajon Buchanan for me, guys. Man of the match performance up there for me. But guys, I got a couple talking points I want to talk about this game in Canada's 2-1 loss to Mexico. I'm mostly highlighting Canada. I'm obviously Canadian. Canada has made me extremely proud today, and I am so happy to be a Canadian football fan and from Canada today. I want to start about talking defensively. The likes of Alistair Johnson, Kamal Miller, and Daniil Henry. Daniil Henry tried to step in for Victoria. Obviously massive shoes to fill. He did okay, but for me, guys, Daniil Henry always has one major mistake in him, and he showed it with the penalty. The only penalty that should have been called for me, which was the one he did, unfortunately. I don't want to dwell on that. I want to look at Alistair Johnson quickly. Johnson was phenomenal. He was strong in the tackle. He wasn't too bad in the air for his height. He was extremely quick. His passing was nice, neat, and tidy. He didn't get too complicated. He didn't get too fancy. He kept it simple. And when he did miss a challenge or he had to recover, he was recovering beautifully. He always caught up to his man, and he got the runner there. And it was fantastic to see, and kudos to Alistair Johnson because his recovery speed, his speed on the ball, and going forward was phenomenal. And any Canadian, you should look up to, any Canadian defender, any Canadian general, look up to Alistair Johnson. He's come up through the ranks, playing in, I think, a very low Canadian division, and just breaking into the MLS, now playing regularly in the MLS, and now playing regularly for Canada. And he is an example to all Canadians that you can make it through the system and keep hope. But he was phenomenal today, guys. Alistair Johnson, give a round of applause to him because he's brilliant. I want to talk about Kamal Miller. Woo, what a player. What a player Kamal Miller is. He needs to leave Montreal for me, guys. I think he should be knocking on Europe's doors. He should be playing in Europe. I don't care if it's the championship. I don't care if it's somewhere in Norway, somewhere in Holland, somewhere in Bundesliga 2, Bundesliga 1, Serie A, Serie B, Portugal with Stachio. Kamal Miller deserves to move to Europe and to play some better football for a quality side. What Kamal Miller managed to do in that game was fantastic. He stepped out of that back line, carried the ball phenomenally with some tremendous dribbling skills, and to go around some amazing midfielders that Mexico has. And Kamal Miller just brought that extra step into that midfield, giving Mexico something to worry about and dragging a Mexico midfielder out of position so Kamal Miller could then lay it off to the likes of Stachio, Kay, Osorio, and he played a very nice pass to open up more attacks, which was fantastic from Kamal Miller, opening up a lot of chances for Canada and spreading the ball up. Kamal Miller was extremely fast, very physical, winning the ball in the air every time it came to him, and he was great at recovery speed, which was fantastic. I can't applaud him enough. He was unbelievable. Guys, I got a couple extra points I wrote down I want to talk about before I wrap up things, but this game was phenomenal for me from a Canadian standpoint. I don't want to dwell on the reffing too much. I want to quickly touch on it now. I don't know who hired this ref. I don't know where he's from. I know he's from Jamaica. I feel like he's from Mexico. I feel like he's U.S. and they just want us to lose because that was abysmal. The worst referee performance I've ever seen. I understand why he called the first one a penalty. It was like he lost the yellow cards in his yellow kit. The amount of fouls Rodriguez was committing on Buchanan and Larea, especially in the first half. I understand some of them might not have been clear yellows, but he also needs to understand there's a rule of accumulation of fouls where you then give a yellow card, which he didn't do at all. Like Rodriguez on that left-hand side covering Larea, or the right-hand side trying to cover Larea. So many fouls, accumulated them. All Mexican players accumulated a bunch of fouls. Someone should have got a yellow card, and he should have said, cut it out, it's over, stop doing that. I understand it was a physical game. The referee's got to bring it to a stop eventually. The penalty, second penalty. I'll talk about second penalty. What a joke. That was an absolute joke. I understand he thought it was a foul, but if you think it's a foul, call it a foul. Be more clear with what you're calling, because then he goes to VAR, tells him, well, you called it a foul, but he's in the box. So then he has to be forced to call it a penalty because he called it a foul. What a joke. I don't want to dwell on it too much, guys, but it hurts my head. It really hurts my head the way he ref this game. And the way he called that. You got to be 100% that that's outside the box, because what you're calling a foul and what you're calling a penalty, it's a gray area. And that was, yes, I understand if he's calling that a foul, but I don't think it's a foul at all. There's no contact. The Mexican player's already going to the ground. The ball's already going out for a goal kick. It's Canada's ball. The ball's nowhere near him. He's not keeping it in. It was a joke. I'm not going to dwell on it too much. But it wasn't a penalty. Fair play, Crepeau. Karma to the Mexicans, and they didn't deserve it. Crepeau to the rescue. Captain Vancouver. Crepeau is our man. But guys, I want to move on to the midfield because I got 2 more points. And I want to save the other one for last. And the midfield for me was outstanding. Estacio, Mark Anthony, Kane, Osorio. To think we're missing still Atiba Hutchinson. We're missing Arfield. We're missing many of our midfielders. Oilette, who drops into that attacking midfielding role, and we have the likes of David and Laren back. What a midfield performance. Colorado, who just traded for Mark Anthony K from LAFC for $1 million in GAM money. What a steal they're getting. What a bargain. Mark Anthony K was phenomenal. Such a tall midfielder. He worked his behind off all game. He didn't stop running. He was great in the air, great in the challenge. The slides he was putting in was winning the ball all the time. His passing was phenomenal. He was very strong, very physical, great balls he was playing. And he was recovering the ball very well. When he lost, he was great. And I just want to say, before I talk about my last guy here, we overran the midfield in that second half, guys. Herdman did something different. He changed it up a bit, or he made us go more positive, more free-flowing. We attacked that back line. We attacked the midfield. The likes of Estacio, the likes of Osorio, and Kay. They overran a midfield of Ajax star Alvarez, Dos Santos, and then he ran over Hector Herrera from Atletico Madrid. That is a top-class midfield, the best in Concacaf, and Canada absolutely bossed it with not even our best midfield. Phenomenal from the likes of Kay, Osorio, who's not going to get much praise, who still worked his behind off all game, and Estacio. Talking about Estacio, guys, before we wrap things up. My God, Estacio. Woo! Moriense has a player there in Portugal. Keep playing him. He deserves a bigger trade eventually, or transfer eventually here, guys. Wow, what a player Moriense have. Estacio, Stephen Estacio, my God. Could easily be one of the man of the matches for me. I'll give you 3 man of the matches after I sum everything up here. But Estacio, what a player. I love the balls he plays. He plays some beautiful passes over the top, some neat and tidy 1-2s. He keeps it very simple when he has to. He can get a bit nice passing, like nice 1-2s, linking up the play. He controls the game very nicely, and it was phenomenal to watch him play. And he's so strong in the tackles. And tactically, he sees the game. He knows what's going on, where everything is. Right late in the game, shoulder to shoulder, one guy stop the play, let everyone reset, stop the counterattack. Brilliant from him. He picked up a yellow, but like you said, it was shoulder to shoulder. Shouldn't have been called from me either. Either way, he stopped the play and let everyone reset. Got the guys back and everything reset. Steven Estakio, beautiful performance from him. Before we wrap up things, guys, I want to talk about a guy no one probably else is going to talk about. Tajon Buchanan. Why am I talking about him, you might wonder? I'm talking about because he gives a different option to Canada. Canadian fans might have thought, we're really screwed here. Laren's not in, Akinola's not in, Cavallini's out with yellows. Who are we going to play? Well, Akindele steps in. I'm thinking, I haven't seen much of Akindele. I don't know what he's going to bring to us. Well, Akindele stepped in, and my God, he played well. People might think, well, he didn't shoot much. He didn't have many chances. Well, he wasn't there to score goals. Well, he wasn't, I was going to say not there to score goals. He obviously is. But he's not there to score loads of goals or be that man, the star guy who's going to put goals away, like your Kyle Laren's or Jonathan Davids. Tajon Buchanan offers you something different. He's a different option, which I absolutely loved and adored all game. We don't have this in Canadian soccer or strikers up top, which we've seen for a while. He is a guy you can lump to. You can play Route 1 football. You hit it to him all game. They hit the ball to him, chested it, brought it down on his feet, and he looked for the short passes. People were running off him, moving out. Tajon Buchanan was holding the ball up beautifully, winning the ball off the back line. He was still pressuring that Mexican back line, and he ran his behind off, and he's winning a lot of balls in the air with his height, his physicality, pressuring that back line. What a game he had, and I was very pleased for him because he deserved some praise, and I wanted to fit it into this video because I know a lot of people won't be giving him praise. I know commentary won't be giving him praise, and he deserves it because I think Tajon Buchanan had a great performance for a little cameo when you don't see him too often as a fourth, fifth string striker for Canada. He deserved it. He shows us a different option. He can hold on to the ball. He can give you a Route 1 option. He can win headers. He can hold it. Brilliant example here, guys. If you go watch the highlights again, Akindele wins a very interesting ball that the Mexican player misjudged. He brings it down off his chest. He holds it up. Steven Estakio is running on from his own half. Akindele lightly lays it off, and Estakio is a great hit, and he overhits it over the net. But it's a great example of what Akindele can give you as a club or as a team. I want to give you my 3 man of the match, but my number 1 man of the match. I want to start off with Kamal Miller, a very great performance. Stephen Estakio, I think he was fantastic, but the game man of the match has to go to Tajon Buchanan, guys. He is my Marcus Rashford. He is my all-star, and to see him, Davies, Laren, David, Corbianu, what a brilliant future this attacking side has for Canada, and Herdman has it all at the tip of his finger. But guys, for now, let me know what you guys thought of the game. Hit the sub button, hit the like button. I really appreciate it if you did make it this far. I know it was an extra long video, but I'm Canadian. I love how we played, and it made me so happy as a nation to see how far we've really come. And this is unbelievable how we pushed Mexico to the brink, which they shouldn't have scored because they didn't deserve the extra 2 minutes. But beside the point, let me know what you guys think of the video. I know it's very Canadian heavy. Hit that like button, hit the sub button. We'll be back very soon. Hope you guys have a fantastic day, and we'll be back with some more content in a bit. But for now, guys, peace.